Hello guys, and now this is part 2 of my recent pickups videos. Part 1 we went through this side of the room and including the magazine in the bag here. And now part 2 we will now go through the glass cabinet, and there's a fair bit to go around here, so let's do this. But before we do that, let's grab a chair. Grab the chair. I should have brought it up already when I started the video, but oh well. There we go. Alright, so it's a bit easier. Just so that I can sit while we go through the bottom stuff. But let's start from the top here. And as you can see, there's actually a fair bit, quite a lot actually. So I have to go through them, each. So start from the left side here. Some 2 PS2 games there. First one we got is Atelier Iris, the Eternal Mana. For the PlayStation 2, obviously, and part of the long-running Atelier series, still ongoing right now, obviously. What was the latest name? Latest release, forgot, but yeah. So, of course, really fantastic series of RPGs. The phone nearly fell. Okay, all right. Next up, we've got Valkyrie Profile Silmeria, the sequel to, well, the next game after Valkyrie Profile. One of the best RPGs, if for some people, not the best RPG in the PlayStation 1 era. And it's a pretty good follow-up, though. As we know, this has been long dormant for a long time now. Well, not for a long time, but it's been a it definitely has been a while. It definitely has been a while since Valkyrie Profile games come out. Though there was that recent, recent usage of the IP again in the mobile market. So hey, hopefully that can lead to a console release, so PC release, whatever. So that will be great. All right, next up is this nice black big box here, and it is this Gaia. The first is Gaia on the PS2. This is the limited edition of it, and it contains just a soundtrack and an art book. Standard stuff for limited edition, but really cool. It's really cool seeing like limited editions of the older consoles, PlayStation 1 and all that stuff, because I think really it was really up when the PS2 Xbox started releasing these type more frequently, but really it was during the PS3 and Xbox 360 era where there's so many of them now. But really good RPG, one of my favorites personally of all time. One of my favorite of all time. And now we're gonna go through here. It's quite a bit here actually. In fact, most of them, it's a good bit of it at least. So okay, just gonna hope that nothing's gonna fall as we try doing this. Alright, so let's start from the bottom here. All these games are PS1. You can read the 4 ones, but just show them. We'll show them. Right. Well, actually, as I say that, I now noticed that there's another one that we missed out. But first up, we have Atelier, another Atelier game. The Atelier series is really kind of different from other RPGs. Really, it's like hey, its main focus is it's alchemy. It's not there's story there, but in RPGs, there's always go save the world, or you battle a really evil organization. Any of that now? That also stories there are also there is also a story in the Atelier games. Really its main point really is it's alchemy system. Just makes it really unique from other RPGs really out there. Next we have Star Ocean story, and that's what I was talking about. Hopefully nothing would fall on the Grandio one. I'll put off camera just a second, just see if it was damaged. Okay, it's good. Okay, it's just I'll be a bit more careful here. Alright, there we go. So yeah, Star Ocean, the second story. Really excellent RPG. And now that the new one has come out, Star Ocean 5, and it's been looking really great, and it's been highly, been praised. So definitely, Star Ocean series has made a nice comeback. After being, again, just like with the Valkyrie Profile one, being dormant for a while, really. Next we have another series of RPGs that has really been getting a lot of love now recently. Well, has always been getting love in Japan, but the Western ones maybe a bit less, but it's finally getting a lot of love on the Western market too, and that is of course the Dragon Quest series. This one is particular Dragon Quest 7. Of course, just one of the best sets of JRPGs you can find out there, and really interesting fact that I mentioned Famitsu, and the part 1, the last thing I showed. This is one of the few games that Famitsu has ever given out a perfect score. They've always given out the Dragon Quest series high ratings all the time, but it was really this was the first one, I believe, that they gave a perfect score. So yeah, it's a testament to how great the Dragon Quest series is. And it's really great to see it's finally getting a lot of love, in the US and the rest of the world. Especially since for the longest time it was mainly focused really in Japan, but now finally Square Enix is finally kind of branching it out and releasing other the other titles now in the West, so that's great. Next one we have, okay, I'm just trying to be careful here, make sure that it doesn't fall. Alright, Ridge Racer Type 4. Now really, right now, well, currently the Ridge Racer franchise really is, or series really, it's kind of seen really as a joke. It's seen as something that's not taking a serious racing game at all because of its, really quality and all of that. But hey, back, before it was really really taken quite seriously, and was really the closest competitor really that Gran Turismo had in terms of the simulation racer, and this is really one of the best Ridge Racer games out there. What's really nice about Type 4 is the fact that it not only includes Type 4 itself, but also includes an extra CD that contains updated version of the original Ridge Racer, as well as, well, at least in the Japanese one. I don't think it exists in the West, in the US release, the Western release, but it also contains a bunch of other demos for other games, including Tekken 3, Tales of Destiny. It's so great. It's just unbelievable the value that you can get if you get it. This is actually a really cheap game, so if you can get it, I recommend you highly get it. It's really cheap too. So yeah. Next we have Tearing Saga. Haha. Now this one, to some Fire Emblem fans, definitely this is they say, oh my gosh, it's Fire Emblem for the PlayStation 1, and it is. It kind of is in a way, because the people who made this, Turn the Nog, they were mainly composed of former employees, former employees of the Fire Emblem team, and they jump shipped, made their own company, and this is the first ever game that was released. This was actually Nintendo actually sued them over this. I think they won at the end though, but yeah, basically this is Fire Emblem on the PlayStation 1, really. So if you know Fire Emblem, then yeah, this is a great one. And this is definitely an interesting piece of history, in video games, really, because it's they jump ship and then they make a similar game on a completely different platform, but the style the characters look similar, yeah. So yeah. And the last one on the bottom part here is, yeah, I gotta be careful, make sure it doesn't fall. Right. See if we can flip it. There we go. And Hopefully it doesn't fall. I don't think it will. It's Tobal number 1. Yes, the fighter that the fighting game that Square made during their really like probably the golden age of the 90s. You know, the Final Fantasies. You know, they made so many great games and so many different on all kinds of different platforms. So it was really great to see. This was their fighting game, and what was really notable about Tobal number 1 for its time, and compared to other 3D fighters, like it was more smoother because I think I forgot what was the reason, but if you when you look at the game, it looks more like circular-ish. It's not like 3D fighters of the year, of the early days when it was like blocky. You can see the polygons there. This one's much more. They didn't use that. They used something else, and as a result, it was much more smoother, played better, and yeah. So it really was a nice fighting game for the PlayStation 1, and then now that has been kind of forgotten by time, but hey, that was what I was talking about. It's a bit too let me check again. Inspection part 2. Sorry about that. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, but it's definitely been forgotten over time, but hey, maybe if you pick it up, hey, it's great. It's a great fighting game. Has really unique elements to it too, like an RPG mode there too, which is that's great. So now we go to the top one, and first two. Well, I mean the only two really there, but man, just really holds a special place in my heart, and definitely it's like my childhood. Really, we'll show them both. Really, here, Pokemon Red for the Game Boy, and Pokemon Fire Red for the Game Boy Advance. Just unbelievable. I mean, can't believe I finally got these. These are such big. These two games. I mean, these two games are such big parts of my childhood. I mean, just wow. So yeah, I mean, Red really. This is the game that. This was the first Pokemon game I ever got, and as I told in my Pokemon 20 video, like how I got into Pokemon, and it was with one of those 15-1 cartridges, which I hid it there right now, but I showed it there. That's where I played it, and when I got Fire Red too, I mean, it's just also amazing, really. As I said, Pokemon's my favorite series, has my favorite games of all time too. These are definitely. Actually, they are my favorites. The Red and Fire Red. In fact, Red, I would consider Red to be number 1, really, just because it was really the one that introduced me. I would definitely put it as like both number 1. It's my favorite games of all time. So just great. And now, go to the other games here. All right. So first up, Growlancer, the original one. Another great series of RPGs. So it was really only, really only focused on in Japan. Though, it was great to see, like, eventually down the line that they released like these games on PSP, as well as like, I think the Growlancer generation on PlayStation 2. Excuse me. So, excuse me. So that's great, and great series of games. And okay, this here has been a Growlancer game in a while, but hopefully an RPG that can definitely make a return one day. Next we have speaking of Squaresoft and their fighting game, this is Ehrgeiz, another fighting game that they made. And this one's more unlike the Tobal one, it's like more like circular, all that stuff made. This one's more like I would say more of the traditional polygon one. I mean it you can it's a bit doesn't stand out as much as Tobal number 1, though it definitely still does stand out because like hey, the Final Fantasy 7 Final Fantasy 7 characters are there: Cloud, Sephiroth, Tifa, Yuffie, I know there's like I know there's more. I think there's two more, and I forgot. Red, I think Red's one of them too. The dog. That's the name of the dog. Oops, sorry if I got it wrong, but yeah. And never mind, I forgot. I don't know if it was Barrett, but yeah. So I mean, really, again, the nice Squaresoft or Square Enix now. I mean, just absolutely at their best, really. So next we have Soul Edge, another fighting game here. Showing quite a bit of fighting games, RPGs and fighters. So that's cool, man. Anyway, so really, great fighting game. Really, this was really the game. Soul Edge is really the game that showed that console game was really catching up. In fact, I was catching up to arcade, gaming, in terms of how it looked, because for the longest time, when it was ported to the console, there always had to be some sort of limitations, or they had to sacrifice stuff, so therefore it won't be as good, or not as good as the arcade one. Though of course, like, if it was done right, then obviously the console port would be very, very good nonetheless. But this is the game that really showed that the console version was better than the arcade version, if I'm correct in saying that. This is the game that started to show that the console gaming was really catching up there, because this was better than the arcade one. So yeah. Next up, excuse me. Next up, we have got Langrisser 4. One of the probably, arguably for some people, the best strategy RPG out there. Of course, it really depends. Like probably in the 90s, it's either Fire Emblem. If you want the best of the best, it was either Fire Emblem or Langrisser. It was Nintendo, Sega. Once again, really just in the 90s, really, that the battle that Sega and Nintendo had. And this is one. Well, as my best friend really says, this is probably the best Langrisser game, and it's a really good one too. It's a really good one, and I agree with what he says. This arguably the best one. So this is like the kind of like limited edition that comes with the pins. Let's actually open it up. Let's see. You can see, there we go, the pin. There is a fan book there, so that's really cool. So Langrisser. And next up are some Dreamcast games. First up, Sonic Adventure, man. Sonic Adventure. Said man there, but Sonic Adventure. A launch title for the Dreamcast, and definitely, the Dreamcast, one of the finest, if not the finest launch, had the finest launch ever, because of the titles it had. It had the best launch tile. It had the best. The Dreamcast had the best launch tiles ever, and this is one. Of course, one of them just really blew people away in the 90s, and really, this was really Sega's last. This was their intention. Like, we are gonna bounce back. We're gonna bounce back strong, and it worked. But then PS2 and so as other factors started pop in, and fortunately Dreamcast faded out really faster than probably one it should have, really. But now it's really a highly revered console. Really, it's definitely really talked about a lot, and it's really gotten the respect that it has, or the respect and attention that it's got, that it deserves. Right. Next up, we have got Maypuru. This is a visual novel type game. Actually, the next last stream. So it's a visual novel game. I like visual novels, so yeah. I couldn't tell much more about that because there's not really much info about this game, but yeah, this one has like a book to it. So give me a second here. I'll just put this down and try to. And this is a comment on just Sonic Adventure. The best the best 3D Sonic game ever made up to now. Sonic Boom, though. Well, of course not. But yeah. Hey, maybe they should just go back to that type of style. Make a Sonic Adventure 3. So I gotta do it anyway. So next we have the last Dreamcast game that I've gotten in first half of the year, and it is Comic Party. Again, another visual novel, and this one, it basically takes place during like those comic well, it takes place in a a comic cat or a comic market, that's where like the story starts. That's where it's based from. So yeah, again, I love visual novels, so yeah, that was definitely a pickup. And it's gonna have to put the camera down just because the entire thing nearly fell when I picked up Comic Party. So yeah, so let me just fix it up a little bit, and yeah, all right. So let's go to here. So let's go open up the other side of the cabinet for, you can see it better. Oops, you can see it wants to fall. Yeah. Alright, so let's go with this one first on the top. Talking about Ground Lancer a while ago. This is the 4th game and the series, Ground Lancer 4 Return. It contains a like a OVA, a video about Ground Lancer 4. It's a 30-minute video. So hey, it's really nice. Really, don't see that now. That this is just a regular copy, but it contains something like that, I'm pretty sure, with every copy of the game. So that's really great. So yeah. Again, been dormant for a while, but hopefully we can see a comeback to it soon. Right. So next we have books here, which I would take out, but I think for sake of this thing, we'll just I'll point it out. These two. These are basically books for Valkyrie Profile and Valkyrie Profile Filmeria. Yep, guidebooks. I absolutely love guides. So when there's, it was included with the with Valkyrie Profile. Speaking of Valkyrie Profile and Valkyrie Profile 2, speaking of that, forgot to show it. But yeah, gosh, these. We're just gonna crumble at this right. But yeah, I got another copy of Valkyrie Profile, but the difference being when I got it in Japan, this one's actually the Enix one, the Enix copy, while the one I got in Japan was like as like a re-release. So yeah, and I'm just gonna put down the camera probably hopefully one last time because it really wants to fall, which is not good. So I apologize for bits of darkness here. Trying to make sure they don't fall, so that'll be bad. But yeah. All right. So next we have is surrounded by by Pikachu and all that stuff, but we have Pokemon Traitor Lab for the 3DS. Now, Pokemon Traitor Lab, as you can see, that's the machine. This is actually the arcade one. This is what it's. It was an arcade game. Basically, you would put like traitors, which are like little chips like that one, and then you would put it, and then you do battle and all stuff. You would spin. You would like spin the wheel to do to see what damage counter you can put. Plus 10 damage, all that, and they basically turned it into an app or like an application for. Yes, now it's not the arcade game, but it's kind of like a companion app, I guess you could say. When you put in traitors, then you can it's kind of be like a Pokédex, and then you can also kind of do like some battling to it. So that's really cool. So that you can collect traitors in the arcade, and then you can you can yeah, you can use it on the 3DS one, which is really cool. So yeah, just trying to make sure that it doesn't fall, because it really wants to fall. I've said that twice now. Apologize for that. But alright, so now let's open up the left side again because we have one game here, and this is this one. It is Biohazard HD Remastered, or Resident Evil 1 HD Remaster. You know, it's great to see that this game was remade. You know, it's hey, classic Resident Evil, but updated for the current gen, and it's great. And we'll go to the other side again. Now I'm realizing we are 25 minutes in again, and so a fair bit of stuff. So we shall see. Hopefully we can somehow cram into it. Just talk, like I said in the first part, talk random crud. Next we have is this one here, which I'll just remove these so that you can see it. There we go. Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds. Now this is Phantom Breaker it's a 2D anime fighter, and basically they turned it into a like this chibi version and it's a beat 'em up. It's a really nice. It's a really cute beat 'em up. It's a really cool beat 'em up. It's actually available on Steam, I think. This is the Vita version. It contains a like a 200-page art book and a soundtrack CD but the downside to this is the fact that it's only a digital code. Yeah, I think this game is only a digital owned game, so that sucks that despite the very nice content that it gives, it has a digital code. But hey, can't complain really too much. Because they probably knew that too, because they gave you such a huge art book and basically the entire soundtrack, so fair enough. Okay, so now we go here, and I'm really now wondering if we can make it through. Okay, we'll just kind of go through this maybe a bit quicker. So yeah, the Pokemon Chose, Pokemon Blue Rescue Team, Pokemon, well, not that one, those were in Japan, Pokemon Dash, and Pokemon Typing Adventure DS. These are all the recent Pokemon games for the DS I've gotten. Again, I love Pokemon, so we'll move on a bit swifter to it. Speaking of Pokemon, we've got Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon, got that as well. Lord of Magna, Made in Heaven, got that as well. Yeah, so Lord of Magna definitely kind of like. So no, it's a okay RPG, definitely not the best, but it's still pretty decent. So we've got, now go here. I've got this. This is another limited edition. This is the Lucky Star limited edition, and what's interesting about this game is like it's kind of like an educational one, as you can see there. This copy I got, which I'll show you very quickly, is it doesn't come with the game actually when the seller didn't have the game, but it had everything else, so that's fine. So maybe I can find, hopefully I can find the game one day and then complete the set. So yeah, all right. We only have 2 minutes or so, 2 minutes less than 2 minutes. So try and go through this real quick. Thankfully, we're at the end. So all right. So let's burst through this. We've got the Corpse Party Blood Drive. It's really dark, as you can see. We'll just kind of remove this really quick. There you go. Corpse Party Blood Drive Ever After Edition. This is the one I won in PlayAsia, like you saw in my video. When I unboxed the box it was housed in from PlayAsia. It's really great. Really just like still it's like wow, I can't believe I still was picked to it. And this is actually the final thing that I've picked up. The final thing for it. So the final thing in the pickups video is The Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel, the Lionheart edition. Great series of RPGs. Really fun. The second game's coming out this year too, so that's great. And that's it. That is everything. We only have seconds to spare actually. So yeah, so that's everything that I have picked up on the first half of the year. I really hope you have enjoyed it. I was quite random and all that stuff, and hopefully you made sense of what I was saying, and I hope you enjoy seeing everything that I picked up, and hopefully more to come in the second half of the season. So thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day, week, month, all that stuff, and take care.